Luckily you didn't tell anyone about your abduction. Or did you?
Welcome back to my dark corner of this sick world.
Pick up a copy of my new book. I think you'll enjoy it.
He's not wrong.
Your second book was a very big mistake.
Maybe it skewed a little young adult, but I remain proud of it. We're looking at straight-to-video discount bin Alien Seed. That's an appropriate reaction. Mary Jordan is abducted by aliens. Her sister Lisa works at a strip club, and this abduction is really messing with their life plans.
I'm doing this for the both of us. In another year, I'll be finished with my thesis and I'll be out of this dump.
That's my thesis on stripping.
And if you pay attention, you could make the team and be in Tokyo next year.
I didn't even know stripping was in the Olympics, but seriously, kudos to the filmmakers for including an entirely irrelevant strip club setting, then implying that the leads are too good for it. But Mary has more to think about than winning that elusive pole dancing gold. Alien Hickey would have been a better title for this movie. And bad guys now chase her through the country. Or the city. Oh no, the country. And if you think that's careless, watch for the bullet wound in her head before she's shot. Working out her grief, Lisa is accosted at the shooting range.
Mary believed, or thought she did, that she had an encounter with aliens.
Wow, the other guns are really quiet.
My name's Mark Timmons. Your sister sent me a telegram.
You're the writer that Mary told me about.
Mark is a journalist, Mary called.
Her telegram was convincing enough for me to come out here and interview her. But obviously I can't do that.
'Cause she's dead. Was that clear? Lisa's not interested.
She's been keeping pretty much to herself since her sister, you know.
Yeah, I thought I could cheer her up.
Maybe take her bowling, ask her some probing questions, whatever. Now, Lisa is abducted. Huh, weird. Attracting the interest of Eric Estrada.
Timmons.
Dr. Stone.
Who wins the Dark Corner's Full Metal Jacket Award for Weirdest Threat.
I want you to think about me when you go to bed at night.
I always do. What's odd about this conversation is that by the end of it, I have no idea what he wants from Mark, who is still keeping up his gentle pressure on the bereaved Lisa.
So, how about dinner and a pleasant conversation?
Would you just get out of here?
Come on, I brought all this food. What a waste.
Stop being such an ungrateful bitch. He has news about Mary.
The coroner's report said that she had conceived.
And that's a perfectly normal way of saying it. This is understandably bewildering to Lisa.
Oh, am I losing my mind?
That's sometimes a common reaction to close encounters of this nature.
And to losing a loved one.
Scar on her neck.
Alien Hickey! Lisa is not just buying Mark's UFO explanation, but he has proof.
No research has been able to determine what substance it's created from. It's not composed of any elements found on Earth.
We call it cheap-tatium. Lisa gets some sleep. I'm still here.
Mr. Chasman, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Elsewhere, the man who witnessed Lisa's abduction is visited by the Men in Black. Must buy a holster. These are the guys from MJ-12.
MJ-12 was a government agency that was formed years ago to deal with UFOs and space aliens.
And they are closing in.
What the heck happened here?
I'm a restless sleeper. They hide out in a motel, and Mark explains things.
I do know of other cases where women have claimed abduction, and they had those scars too.
Were they pregnant like me?
What? When did that happen? Every now and then, this film cuts to what seems to be a community theatre production of an Oscar Wilde play.
That report, it must go out to the General today.
But it doesn't have time for her pregnancy test.
You've obviously been artificially inseminated with the seed of a being possibly 100 million years more evolved than we are.
Playing fast and loose with the word obviously there. It couldn't be a being 50 million years ahead of us. That would be nonsense. Now the bad guys demonstrate their superior tracking ability. Where did he go? He's stolen a car and the chase is on. Thanks to some convenient cardboard boxes, Mark escapes MJ-12.
MJ-12?
Remember I told you about a government group called MJ-12 who deals with the UFO issue?
Yes, it was about 10 minutes ago.
MJ-12 was started by President Truman in 1947 after a flying saucer was found in Sweden.
Really?
No, I'm making all of this up. What now?
We can't trust anybody.
Except for the weirdo who forced his way into your home talking about aliens.
I come out here to investigate a sighting and I end up with my life in danger. Can't believe this is happening to me.
I guess it sucks for you too, what with the dead sister and you being impregnated by aliens, but I'm the real victim here.
It's not so easy being a fugitive.
Why does everything happen to me? MJ-12 locate another witness. First the cardboard boxes, now this.
One of them's already been killed, and I'm sure it was those MJ-12 guys that did it.
MJ-12?
Remember I told you about a government group called MJ-12 who deals with the UFO issue?
Just kidding. But now...
Hello, Mr. Timmons. We're gonna have us a little talk.
Eric Estrada kidnaps Mark. And I think I speak for the whole audience when I say, I hope they beat the snot out of him.
Eventually your heart will explode.
We're researching the effects of Red Bull. He is tortured with the help of classic Dark Corner's breakout character, Bill Nye, the Old Testament prophet guy.
Something follows. Something dark.
Love him. Lisa has escaped to exactly the same place that they took Mark.
I saw by the sign out front that you were a church. Maybe you'll be able to understand what's happening to me.
Yep, the church is everyone's first stop for alien abductions. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt and saying she followed him, but the chain of events is as clear as this scene. And as good as Eric Estrada's aim. Possibly miss. But Mark has already been rescued by MJ-12. Not since the explosion of the Death Star have I been so delighted by a movie scene, which is probably not the reaction they were going for. Again, it's Lisa to the rescue. The movie now taking place in a game of Grand Theft Auto. Feels like the time to mention I have no idea what's happening here, so it's over to General Ham to explain.
The world economy, it just couldn't maintain a balance. If some supernatural being were allowed just to walk into our society, I mean, an enlightened one like that.
There is a lengthy explanation of why Lisa has to die, but why are they beating up Mark? He doesn't know where she is. What's the end game here?
You will write no book.
Not a fan, huh?
You know, Timmons.
Definitely not a fan. How did she find them?
I'll always be with you. Always.
To be honest, you were never more than a creepy weirdo to me. That happened fast. So, all is well, because MJ-12...
MJ-12?
Remember I told you about a government group called MJ-12 who deals with the UFO issue?
will presumably just give up trying to kill her, and the aliens are sure to stop abducting women, and this doesn't tie up a damn thing, does it?
I'm totally confused.
Thanks Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Alien Hickey would have been a better title for this movie. What other films would you like to retitle? Let us know in the comments below.
It's nice to see you guys enjoying your work.